Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is email campaigns. So if you're here with me live again, just like we talked about, go ahead, drop those questions in the chat for me. We'll try to get those answered in real time for you, or I'll stay a couple of minutes after class. And if you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. That's our email address, a great way to reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help. So, what are email campaigns? They are going to be a way to mass email through your campaign or through your command platform, excuse me. And it's actually a way to market to a specific list of contacts that you have, maybe a specific sphere that you want to target. And also, there's a way to use KW templates within your command design center to actually create these emails. You can even bring in possibly email templates that you've created in a third party platform like Canva. You can also bring those in and send them out through your email campaigns. They can be scheduled for up to 12 months ahead of time, too. So you can actually use some big leverage there by getting ahead of schedule and scheduling out those email campaigns. This is not to be confused with smart plans, guys. By the way, if you're familiar with smart plans at all, those are more of a long play, right? They have other steps like creating call reminders, sending out emails, sending out automated text, things like that. So it's a little different than smart plans. Your email campaigns are going to be great for those email blasts, those one and done kind of things that would have maybe like an event date with them, or a new listing, or an open house, things like that. So, how we're going to go over this today is I'm going to share some prep work that you'll want to do before you jump into email campaigns. We're going to create an email design today together in the command designs. I mentioned earlier, they just had a big overhaul there. There's a lot of great new updates and new features. So I'll go through each of those with you today. And then also, we'll actually create an email list to get that prepped for who you will send your email campaigns to. And then we'll walk through creating that email campaign together, start to finish. Okay. So, first, let's actually jump into our command and cover that prep work. So, we'll sign in here. This is agent.kw.com, by the way. That's your command desktop version. Definitely recommend running your email campaigns using your desktop version of Command, not your Command mobile. And first things first, let me go ahead and zoom in so it shows just a little bit better for you guys. We're going to go to our marketing profile. Now, if you've been set up previously by Scott Leroy Marketing, this is probably already done for you. However, I do want to show you where it is just so you're familiar and you can make any needed changes. You'll go to your name at the top right, click that, and choose Settings. On the left-hand side, you'll choose Connect Settings and Marketing Profile. This is your bank of data essentially that goes out on your marketing through command. This also feeds out to places like your website and your app. You'll just want to make sure, number one, you're toggled on over here, but then also that the fields are appropriately filled out, like your headshot here. You will need to make sure that that is a 360 by 360. The square actually works best. If it looks odd here, if it looks elongated or kind of like a fun mirror at a fair, then it will also appear that way on your marketing. So you'll want to make sure that it's appearing exactly as you would like, so that it goes out appropriately on your marketing. If you have any issues with that or you need help resizing your image, just go ahead and reach out to us so we can help you with that. The next is the team logo. I'm just going to point out some highlights on this marketing profile. We do have a class that goes through every single field in detail, but this team logo one is an important one. On your marketing, on some of the email designs, the team logo does show, and if you don't have anything in this field, it will show as a broken image. So if you don't have a team logo, or maybe you don't have an individual logo that you use for your brand, you can put a generic KW logo right here, just as a space holder to make sure you don't have any broken images showing on your marketing. If you need help with that, just let us know. Coming on down. You have some of your compliance situations, so you definitely want to make sure that your name is appearing correctly. Your agent license number also appears on some of the email designs, so you'll want to check and make sure that's accurate. And also, you have an opportunity to put your job title, your designations, maybe if you have a slogan, and also choose your military affiliations. This is one of the places that your bio can go. If you need help updating that or actually want to make sure that it is consistent across all of your branding, since there are a couple of places to upload your bio, you can reach out to us and we can help make sure that that's uploaded in every place to make sure it is, again, just has that continuity across your branding. I can't get my word right today. It can't quite pick that favorite word, but again, to make sure it's consistent again across your branding, let us know and we can help. Again, mobile phone, your email, your website, you will want to make sure those are all exactly how you want them to be on your marketing before you start those email campaigns. For your website, just remember that www is not compatible with the kw.com sites. It's not required. It can actually cause it to default. So make sure you have that https colon forward slash ahead of your KW website. And if you ever have any questions about that or can't remember it, you can always go to a tab in your browser, enter your website address like so. And then when you hit enter, you can actually copy and paste that address directly from this website or the web address bar in your browser, even though it shows exactly like you typed it. When you copy it and come back to your command profile, you can paste and it will have that HTTPS portion at the beginning of it for you. Okay, so it's okay if you don't remember how to do that. Just copy the web address in your browser and paste it there. Your market center information should already be filled out for you, but if you've by chance transferred to a new market center or something like that, you need this updated, we can help. But you can also come in here to these fields and adjust them as you need to. Your compliance, your legal footer text, any footer links that you need to include, like our Texas agents that need to have your consumer protection or your IABSs here, you would want to make sure that those are here and ready. And your social links down here at the bottom, you can also include, just make sure that you're copying and pasting those links into a browser tab just to confirm that that is a good way to view your public profile on those platforms like your Facebook business page, things like that. You'll want to make sure that it is viewable from the public and not prompting them to log into the platform. Okay, that way it's good and clickable on your marketing so that consumer can just one touch and get to your profile. If you've made any changes, go ahead and click save at the bottom. That way it is saved there for you and saves you time in the long run. You'll know exactly what is here and it's like you want it to be. Next thing to check is your command email settings. You can again, I'm just going to navigate back to the command home for orientation so that you see where we're going. The next place is to check the command email settings. So you would go to your name in the top right and come down to settings again. And from that page, you can scroll all the way to the bottom. And this is your command email settings right here. So since we're talking about email campaigns today, that is where command will send out bulk emails from command for you, right? When it sends them out, your email will come from an email agent with a bunch of numbers at mailer.kw.com. There's not a way to adjust the email it comes from, but you can adjust the name that it appears from and also the email that any replies go to. Let me show you. So we can click manage, come down to the bottom. And this is the name that it would show on those emails when they go out. So if you have a specific name you like to use in branding, like Latoya from earlier today that was talking when she said your faithful realtor as her name here, that would be perfect to kind of put in here if you want to customize it a little bit more. Um, Also, your reply to email is right here below. You can choose any of the emails currently associated with your KW account, or you can even write one in. If maybe you have a team email or a vanity email, you can always click the pencil right here to actually type in manually an email that you would like to use. All replies to your email campaigns will come back to this email right here. Once you're done, just make sure to hit save changes. And at the top, I did skim over this, but just so you know, you do get 5,000 free sends through command email a month. That's what your email campaigns will use. And so you can kind of keep track of how many you've used here if you would like, and even upgrade. You can manage subscription. The first 5,000 are free, like I said, but if you're working with a larger database, or maybe you're just leveraging this really on a high level, you can manage a subscription and increase those numbers of sends you do a month for an additional cost. Okay. So you'll just need to check those out right there. So we'll go ahead and close this out. Now that we've adjusted our marketing profile and our command email, let's go ahead and jump into designs. Okay. So we can create the content for our email campaign. Your designs tab is over here on the left, little paintbrush on a piece of paper. If you're not familiar with the icons, you can always click the red square. It will pop the names out for you, and designs is right here. As we're going along, guys, if you have any questions at all, go ahead and drop those in the chat for me. All right. So far, so good. Either I've already put you to sleep or I'm doing a great job explaining. All right. So now that you're here in designs, just know that I'm going to show you this from the individual agent view. If you're on a team, the settings for this may be different for you for your team settings or your team designs. Okay. So we're in an individual agent account here looking at designs. The most important thing to remember in this particular step is that you want to create an email design. When you come up here to the top right to create design, you have four different options. For it to be compatible with an email campaign, it needs to be this first option, email, right here. These email designs that we're going to create today can be used with smart plans as well as an email campaign. It's a little versatile. Let's see, we got a question from Charlene. Is there a way to purchase email addresses for a certain area, or how do we get email addresses to send? That's a great question. I would definitely actually check with your local office to see what is in your current market and available to purchase. If you're looking to purchase leads or purchase email addresses, there's a lot of sources like that you can do on a bigger level than just locally. You know, you can always purchase leads through things like Zillow and things like that. Um, you can also just work with your sphere, your database that you already have within Command, to go ahead and nurture those relationships, build that trust, and actually you can have a word of mouth business so that you don't have to purchase additional leads or email addresses. So it's whatever you'd like to do within your business, but your local office actually might have ideas that are better for your particular market in getting leads. So right here with email, we're going to go ahead and choose that type of design to create. See this little thing at the bottom where it says import photos and text from a listing? This actual option right here does not apply to the email design, but I'm going to show you how you can pull in information directly from a listing. Just don't worry about this particular option right here. So we'll click email and choose next. From right here, you actually have a ton of templates so that you don't have to recreate the wheel. These are available from Command. There's 14 templates. If you haven't jumped into these lately, these just got overhauled. There used to be a ton of templates in here. They were all removed and revamped. So you can come in here and grab these if you would like. I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch today, just so you can see all of the components. I feel like if you can learn the basics for the custom one, then you can easily come in here and edit one that's already built. So let's go ahead and jump into create new template at the top right. And from here, first thing we want to do is name this one. So I'm just going to put in and put the date. You name it for whatever you need to that you would be able to easily identify it. That is an internal name that only you will see. Okay. Now, let's do some general navigation here just so you're familiar with the layout. On the left-hand side is where we will be building this email design. On the right-hand side are our components. These are things that we're going to use to build essentially our tools. At the top here of your building space, you can see different screens that will show you the preview for a desktop view, a tablet view, or a mobile view. We'll leave it on desktop for today. And on the right are just some of your preview and other tools. The one with the square around it right here, once we have components over here and we actually want to see where the dividers are, where the different blocks end, that kind of thing, you can tap on this one right here and it will show you the outlines between all the areas if you're needing help with that. I'll show you that in just a few minutes. The eyeball is going to be a preview. While you're building some of these components in this design, it may show like a broken image or a merge tag and you not see the information within it. So you can always hit the preview button right here to actually see what it might look like in the actual email when it goes out. You also have another preview option up here under options. Does the same thing. You have an undo button and a redo button. So let's start jumping into the components and then I will actually show you how to do the preview and view it to see what it'll look like before you finish. Okay. So right here at the top right, again, this is where I told you they just did an overhaul. They've got a lot of updates in here. So we're going to start with working on the background because this is one of the newest options. You now have the option to change the background color or even make it an image if you would like to. There are some preset settings here. These are the recommended settings. You can adjust them, of course, but they're already set to what KW feels is the best. So right here, body width, that's going to be the actual width of the content that you make in this email. Think about the text, the videos, the photos, the body width. It's the body of your email. Okay. So you can choose how wide you want that to be. Container padding. This might be a new term for you. Container padding is going to be the distance between the outside border and your content. So you can adjust that here using pixels. It is already preset for you, but again, you can come back here and adjust it if you want to. So play around with that. The background color. If you want to change the color, you can simply do that here. You can use an eyedropper if you want. Maybe you have an image open on your desktop and you want to choose a specific color. You can always choose the eyedropper and grab that. You can also use the color change here and just go ahead and choose any color that you would like. We'll just go ahead and choose a color here. We'll try to get it super faint so that it is just the background. There we go. I'm going to leave that there today. If you have the exact hex color, you can use that here as well. That is an editable field if you have something specific you're looking to do. If you would rather have an image, you can choose image and then choose replace. It gives you three options here to pull images. The first tab that you're looking at for My Images, these will be images you've already used or saved within your design templates. So you can definitely choose from any of these. Just a reminder, this is going to be a background and sometimes it might look a little busy or not be quite as transparent as you would like it to be. You can always choose listing images as well. Remember when I told you you'd be able to pull in data directly from an MLS listing? This is that. So you can come in here and show all listings. search by address or MLS number, enter your search here, and click search and find your listing and pull in that information if you would like to. We're going to use this in a little bit later, just not for the background. So I want to show you the other tab for add images. You can drag and drop an image here or even browse files on your design on your device if you want. Okay. It gives you a little bit of the limitations here and what works best underneath that if you have any questions about that. Once you've chosen your image, and we'll just go to my images really quick just for me to show you what it would look like. We'll just grab this one and hit replace, and you'll see that image over here on the left. Okay. Again, may not be as transparent as you want it to be because it's supposed to be in the background. So be careful choosing these images. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick with color today. See if it'll let me use the eyedropper on this. There we go. Sure did. Okay, great. So I'm just going to go back and go back to a tealer blue here. All right. Now that you have that set, you can come right back to blocks. You'll notice as we move through this, there used to be a save or a done button after every component that you worked. That's no longer here. You can always choose save and close at the top as you like. I highly recommend saving as you go, just for those hiccups that happen sometimes, but you won't see the save or done button here located in this tab where it used to be. We'll come back over to blocks now, and let's start with the layout. This is a new component as well. You used to only be able to use one column on your email design, and now we have the option to do multiple. So you would simply drag and drop these over where you want them. Notice we still had that green ribbon that shows you where you are dragging and dropping it. If you want to do two columns, you can drag and drop that here. There's that green ribbon I was mentioning to show you where to drag and drop. And you're just building out your email design here. This is another option. Kind of that one reminds me of a newsletter. You know how you'd have a menu on the left-hand side and content on the right. So you have the option here to build that as well. And then divider is another new feature. A divider will go in as a space in between an area. See how the green goes all the way across with that? That means I'm going to create a divider between that top column layout and then the two column option I chose below. But it doesn't have to go all the way across. Notice how I can get it just on one side, if you can see that. So just put the dividers where you would like them to go. It's not for you to add content there. It's literally just a spacer. But notice once I drug and drop that over, I have some setting options over here. You can actually choose how tall, how wide, how thick, what color those dividers are. And you still have the container padding here with this too, which actually controls how close the other content gets to that divider. So you can come and choose which settings you'd like for this, position it. Maybe you want it left, center, or right, but you can come in and adjust that as you need to. Okay, maybe you want it a little thicker or a little darker, and you can do that here. Okay, there we go. We changed it to 10 pixels instead of one, and you can see how thick that gets. All right, so let's keep going. I want to actually, again, hit the back button. There's no done or save again, but you can hit back. I'm going to click on one of the layout columns that we actually drag and dropped over just a minute to show you the settings that are in that as well. So when I click on that, I get an option to change the background color. So maybe you don't want that same background color for the entire email. You can come here and change the background color just for this one block. So you can, again, use the eyedropper if you want, slide the scale over, whatever you're looking to do, you can change this around. And now mine might look really tacky by the time we're done because I'm really just grabbing and choosing colors here. So just know, don't judge me on my design ability about what we're working on. I'm just trying to show you some options for the colors here. So you just choose whatever you would like and how you would like this to go out. There we go. Choose whatever is important for your business. Maybe you have brand colors. Maybe you're doing an event or a holiday, and that would be more pertinent. You can also choose a border around these blocks by toggling this on. Same settings that we saw with that divider. Okay. Border width. I can pump that up bigger, make it a big bold, change the color that's on it. You do whatever you would like to do for this. Okay. I'm actually going to switch that back and take it back down to 1. And border radius, just a little pro tip here, KW does not actually recommend you use this border radius that's here right now. This may have some updates coming, but right now that border radius can cause some issues when you try to place content in your blocks. So they actually recommend not touching that right now. Now that you're done with that, you can hit that back arrow again. And again, you can drag and drop as many layouts as you want. Build this out. If you ever hesitate on where you put them and you want to erase them, click and hit that trash can right here. Okay, that would remove that component. Okay, all right, so let's start going through the content blocks themselves. I'm going to scroll down here and show you these. These should look really familiar. If you're used to doing email designs, they're the same ones we had before, and you're going to see the same features within them for the most part. So we always start with a legal header and a legal footer. So I'm just going to grab that legal header and drag and drop it to the top, and the legal footer. Just drag and drop it to the bottom. Now, remember when I said broken images, merge tags, it looks really janky. It's not showing your headshot. This is where you'd want to go in and look at that preview. Okay. So again, click the eyeball, but I'm actually going to do the one in options and preview just to show you what this will look like. Now it pulls the information on that marketing profile we reviewed. And scroll down and see your footer right here. Remember when I said the team logo will show? This is it right here. If I didn't have that generic KW logo in that spot, this would show a broken image. Sometimes folks go and grab their Market Center photo, or excuse me, Center logo and put it there as well. But sometimes that'll look mirrored because your Market Center logo is going to be right across from it. So just keep that in mind. Keep an eye on this. Make sure it's what you want it to appear. Some people use a second headshot in that same place, or just their same headshot. It does appear at the bottom of the email from the top. So if you want your headshot to be back down here at the bottom, might be a good option. Okay. So once we've viewed our preview, let's go ahead and hit the X at the top, and it brings us back to our builder. At any given time, again, go hit that save button, let it update, and then keep building. Okay. So next, I'm going to go through each one of these content blocks with you to show you what options you have. For our top column here, let's just go ahead and drag and drop a text box here. Now, right over on the right, again, is where we're going to edit, and we'll see our updates in real time on the left. You always have that trash can if you need to delete it. So here you can choose your font. You can choose the size. Since this is kind of a header, we'll go big. And you even have merge tags to use here. Merge tags will pull data directly from your marketing profile, okay? Even your Market Center information is here, and contact merge tags. So if you're trying to make this personal to your contacts you're sending this to, you can actually include their merge tags for like it to mention their first name or to have any of their contact information here down at the bottom. Go ahead and insert our text here. So enter our data. You can put as much here as you want. Just entering random words so that you can see it populating on the left-hand side. I can highlight the header and make that portion bigger if I want, and make this even a different font if you want. So you can adjust this as you would like. You have some settings here for alignment. You can make lists. You can insert hyperlinks at this point if you would like, and even emojis. So we'll just stick an emoji here on the end. I want you to be able to see what that looks like. There we go. And towards the bottom, the styling, this is going to have to do with the actual text box itself. The width determines how wide that is. This is making it to where the text that you're entering in this text box is filling 100% of the column that it's on. Okay. It's going all the way across. You can see it goes all the way to the edge of our column. Container padding, we've gone over that. That's kind of the border around it to keep the outside border spaced from the actual content that you put in here. You do have an option to put a border on this as well, excuse me, and change the color. Okay. Again, no save or done button, just hit the back. And then you can move on to the image option. We'll just drag and drop. Notice it's opening our three options again. I can choose an image from the designs I've already used. I can add an image from the device that I have right now, or I can actually go to my listings here and grab a listing photo if you want. For the moment, we'll just grab a design and leave that there. Over on the right-hand side, notice that you can replace that particular image or edit it. You can have alternate text. This means if for some reason that image does not populate in the email when a consumer opens it, you might want to have some text as a placeholder there to tell them what it was. Maybe it's logo or um, image or event image or whatever it is that you would like to have there, just to let them know that was an image and it should have gone there. Let's hit replace again. It seemed to drop out our image there. I'm just going to grab it again and hit replace. There we go. And then come down to link. You can hyperlink images within your email designs. If you want a consumer to be able to click on that and go to a specific place, you can enter the hyperlink here. You can use a landing page that is associated with your KW account. Think about your website pages or landing pages that you've created. They would all be listed right here for you to grab and use one of those as a hyperlink. So we'll just choose our Calendly appointment page. And then again, those same styling options, you can choose the width that you want this to be within this column. You can alter the container padding. Notice it's set to 0, so our image is going all the way to the edge. And then you can choose your position as well. There's that border radius again. Again, KW recommending stay away from that option at this point. Click save if you want, or the back. Let's go to the button feature. I'm going to drag and drop it right here. This button feature, you can label as whatever you would like. You can also add the link to it as well. And I was showing you the links there that you could choose a landing page, but you can also write in a website as well. It doesn't have to be one of your KW landing pages. So let me actually go back to that. When I was doing the image over here for linking to, we chose that, but you had other options here that you can choose. So you can do a web address and simply just type it in. It's giving you that reminder. It needs to have that HTTPS before it, but you can grab any web address you'd like and put in there, or you can choose a merge tag for it to populate information. Maybe you want it to be your Facebook profile link so that when a consumer clicks on this image, they would be taken to your Facebook profile. You have some options, maybe even just your YouTube, or maybe to download your consumer app. So you have some options you can choose there. We'll just go back to choosing that and come back over to our button. And so we showed how to edit that text. You have your link options here if you would like, landing page for one of your KW sites, or choose web address for like a third party site. We'll just choose landing. And then coming down, your button width. To fit the content, notice that our text is filling that button right here, or we can choose to fill container. And it should actually fill this entire container here. It actually didn't show too much of a difference there, did it? There it went. You can barely see it, the black around it. So fill container, the black is going all the way to the edge, and this is the actual button size, and you're just fitting the text to the content size, okay? So to fill the container or the column you put it in, you would choose this. Very slight difference. Background color, you can make that button whatever color you want it to be. This would be a great time to use that eyedropper. Come over and choose a color that's in the image that you're using on this design already and make it that color. Font options, even font size options, you can choose that if you want it bigger. And you can alter the text color as well to whatever you would like it to be. Container padding, self-explanatory, and you can always put a border around um, that button. We just put 5 and change the border color to black. If I can get it. There we go. And so again, as many options as you would like. Go ahead and hit the back button when you are done. And now we'll move on to our legal header. Excuse me, not our legal header and legal footer. We grabbed those earlier. We'll grab the listing block underneath here. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go back up to our layout and add another layout component right here. Let me get it underneath. There we go. Now I'm going to go to our content block and grab the listing block. I want it to be big. I want you to be able to see this whole listing block because I think this is a great part. So we'll go ahead and drop our listing block right here in this column. Notice it looks grayed out with no data. That's okay. We're fixing to fix it. Did you hear my southernism there? We're fixing to fix it. All right. So first, select your listing. You can make it say all listings or my listings. If you have your MLS synced to your command, MLS, my listings is great, but choose all listings if you haven't quite done that yet. Search by address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. Best option here is going to be an MLS number if you have one, because this does pull from all MLSs. We're going to use the address today just to find a random address. We'll click search. It pulls them up here. You can look and see their status by the photo, which one that you want to use. We'll just grab this one. And after you hit select, it gives you a preview of what this listing is. So it's actually not letting me select that one. Hold on. It might be because, let's see. Come on back up. There we go. So I went ahead and selected the photo I wanted to use over here on the main listing. So it was an operator error. I didn't have the photo selected, but you can select one of the photos when you see that teal border around it. Then you can hit select. Remember, you have alternate text. If this image does not appear, you can always enter the alternate text here. And then scroll down to the address. Now it's pulling all the data from this MLS and filling in all those gaps, but you still have the opportunity to come here and alter that, especially if you're using maybe a listing that's with someone else in your office or a business partner and you notice that some of the information might be a little off. You can come in here and adjust that. Maybe you're doing a price reduction and it hasn't updated on the MLS, whatever it is, you can actually adjust any and all of these fields. You can also make this a hyperlink so that when the consumer goes to click on it, they're actually taken to view more information about that listing. You can direct them to your KW agent site. Maybe you've used one of those new listing pages that you can do on your KW agent site now so that you could direct them to your website. Number one, getting you more traffic. Number two, getting a better option to capture a new lead. If you wanted, maybe they're sharing it with somebody and you'll get a new lead. There's options here. So you can choose a landing page that you want. The merge tag option again, if you want to direct them possibly to your consumer app, or a web address for a third-party site. Maybe you have the MLS listing, something like that, you can direct them to. Just make sure it's that public view, okay? They don't have to be prompted to sign into anything. So I'm literally going to grab a random page here for demonstration and come down to the styling options. Again, font options, text color options. Maybe we want to make this the color of our header on our design. If it'll let me, it's wanting me to toggle up first. Color, and we'll grab that teal color that we were using before and do that. It's a little too light, so we'll choose a darker version. But you see what I'm saying? You have some options here to get those colors to match and look good on your design. Container padding again, positional options, and your layout, you can do horizontal or you can choose vertical, depending on what you would like. We'll go ahead and back out of this and use our next content block. Again, if you have any questions about what we're going over, just let me know. So we just covered our listing block. The event block, you can drag and drop. Notice that we didn't have one of the layouts in that place. That's okay. It's just going to fill up the entire width of your email design if you're not sticking it into one of these layout blocks. Okay. Still able to do that. So for our event block, we're just going to click on that and begin filling out the information here. Notice that the event block is quite robust. We have the image at the top, a place for the date, the event title, content, and it automatically sticks you a button there. That's great if maybe you're using Google Forms or maybe your KW website in order to capture information or RSVPs. You can do that. You can set up that page and have it hyperlinked right here behind this button. You would simply click on the event block on the left so that your edit options open on the right. Begin replacing the image. Again, you can add any images. If this is an open house, maybe you want to use the listing image that you can grab right here again, or add an image from your device. We're just going to grab one of the ones that we already have here. Maybe it's like a party for Memorial Day. Alternate text option you can enter. Your hyperlink, don't forget that. You can hyperlink the image and the button. You can have them go to the same place if you would like, just to keep the continuance here and make sure you're directing them to the exact right spot. Just choosing a random page here. The width, again, it's 100% right now. You can see it goes all the way side to side. You can adjust that. The container padding, position, and there's that radius we're not going to touch. And hit back when you're done with the image. And you can click on the actual date right here to adjust it. Maybe you want it to be centered. I'm going to highlight it, make it bold. Maybe we want it in a different font. Make it bigger to stand out. And then we'll go ahead and hit the back for that. Event title, same deal. Go ahead, edit the text however you would like. Make it as big or as little as you would like. Adjust the text again for this. Or view details in the button right here. And make sure that you're using your merge tags if you want them to be used. Maybe for this particular paragraph, you want it to address them. So you could put hi, contact first name, you're personally invited to, and then have the details of this. Just click back when you're done. And you can click on your button down here at the bottom. It's going to be the same edit options we had for the button previously so that you can adjust it here. Make sure you're adding that hyperlink. Again, just for continuance, you may want to have it have the same hyperlink for the image and the button. You do have that option again to fit the content, so the text you put in is filling that button, or have the button fill the container. It's whichever you would prefer. Go ahead and change the text color, the font, and the background color as we saw previously. You can even add another border around it if you would like, and hit back. We've done a few changes. I'm going to hit save just for good measure. That was our event block. Let's drag and drop the video. Your video does need to be hosted on a third-party site. Highly recommend YouTube, number one. I believe this will also take Vimeo as well, but you can enter the video URL here. Let me grab ours just a second. We're just going to grab one of our class archives or tech tip videos and drop it there. The image that's on the front, go ahead and replace that with something. So we'll replace, that way it won't show up as a gray square. And we should have one of our snapshots from our class. So we'll just grab this that looks like the beginning of one of our classes and hit replace, alternate text again, and those same styling options that we've been seeing. But this way you can have your video right here, have it have a good snapshot on the front, whatever you would like it to be to show that it is a video. And whenever they click on it, it will take them to this URL link. We'll hit back. And last but not least, our market snapshot. So take and drag that and drop it. There's again several components to this that we can edit. So I'm just going to click on the left so our edit options show on the right. You can change this header right here. You can enter the postal code that you want it to be for, and it will give you neighborhoods for that area. Now, some neighborhoods are going to pull more data than others, so just choose whichever ones you would like. We'll just choose this one. Notice it's updating in real time. We're getting that map preview of where this is and the active statistics over here on the bottom. Not sure if you remember, but if you'd used market snapshots before, sometimes it would show all of these like numbers after a decimal point. It would not be clean numbers. So that is gone, hopefully, and now they have the updated data. And you can change the font and again, the colors that you're seeing here with this. Okay. That's it for our content blocks. I'm going to hit the back button here, going to hit save. I want to show you the preview option because again, remember we added, where's our little name for our guy? Right here, high contact first name. So let's do options preview. To see it, it fills in our headers, fills in our images, but for our contact first name, we're still seeing that merge tag. You have an option up here for your contacts on the top right to actually input one of your contacts information in here to show you what it will look like. It will update, and now we can scroll down and see what it's going to look like with that person's name in there. Okay. If your contact's name in your command contacts is all capitalized, it will show this way. If you have it in proper casing, it will show in proper casing. Don't worry about it. That uppercase is just because that particular contact has all uppercase names. Okay. This is what it will look like. You can go ahead and hit the X, choose options again, and send yourself a test email. Highly recommend doing that again so you can see the layout, make sure the images are populating as you want them to. You would simply choose test email, enter the email you want to send it to, and send test email. Okay. The subject line will show test. Now that you're done building your email design, it's time to go put this in an actual campaign and get it sent out. So let's do save and close. You'll see the one you just built right here on your designs dashboard just for quick reference. We'll go to our campaigns tab right here on the left. Remember I said you can create an email list to send this campaign to. It's just a little extra prep work that helps it go a little faster once you're building the email campaign. So once you're on the email campaign, excuse me, once you're on the campaign tab, you can come up here to emails and choose your email list on the far right. Here you can add your email lists. We're going to create list at the top right, enter the name, I'm reading the question in the chat really quick. However, when I send a preview email to myself or someone else's email, it doesn't have my photo. How can I fix this? That's actually a great question, Tyler. It should be populating your photo even when you send it out like that. Um, I would need to jump into your account. Our team would need to jump into your account to troubleshoot that for you because it should be going out like that. It may have to do with the size of your headshot. Sometimes that will cause that issue, but we would need to look to make sure. So if you want to shoot us an email with your logins, we can go in and test that. Send us the email design name too, and we'll check on that for you. So right here for your email list, you can name your list. You can search by name for folks right here or by email and choose the ones that are listed. The best way to do this, guys, is to search by tags. So you look by tags, select the tag that you want to add to this particular email. So we'll just grab maybe our birthday folks, see if we have any listed. Nope. Let me go grab demo. Hold on. Or our class would do. Nice. Some of our tags are not pulling any contacts because it's all demos. But either way, you would come and choose the tags that you want to use for this email list. There's my little one. This should pull somebody. There we go. Once you've chosen all the tags that you want, you would click off of that field and then you can select all for the folks. It shows you up to 20 here, I believe. You would scroll down to the bottom and choose load more if you have more people. Okay. You're welcome. No problem, Tyler. And then hit confirm. Now we have our email list right here. Shows you how many contacts you have on it. At any point, I can come and edit or trash it. And now we're ready to create our campaign. You can choose create campaign in the top right. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. And we're choosing the email campaign. You would enter your email campaign name. You can choose what your goal is for this. Maybe this is brand awareness or maybe event awareness. Whatever you're trying to do, just go ahead and choose that option. You can choose where your campaign will run. If you want to choose through MailChimp, you can. We're showing you how to do it through command email so you can use those free 5,000 email sends. So we're going to choose that and create campaign. This is where you actually build your campaign. Notice we have the campaign name already populated right here on the left. It chooses the account that it's sending out of. The send to list right here, you can create a list from scratch now that you're in here, but we already did it. So we can just choose the field and choose our already created email list to make it a little quicker. We did that prep work on the front for the send from. It has our name the way we created it to and the email that we chose. You can edit it here if you would like to. It's going to take you back to the settings we did at first. The subject line. This is the subject that your consumers will see. And then your content. This is easy peasy. We're just going to click select design. It's going to show you your email designs you've already edited. Right here is our little guy that we worked on. So we're going to just select him. It gives you one last chance to edit here if you want to. Since we've already done all the prep work ahead of time, we can simply choose save and close. You will see it populate over here on the right-hand side, the preview panel right here. Scroll down the left and you noticed those are only the sections we have for an email campaign. It's super quick and easy. You can click update design if you need to select a different one. But as long as this is looking like you want it to over here on the right, we should be good to go. You do have some further actions to preview this email or again, send a test email if you want. But once it looks like you want it to, you can either save it as a draft, send it immediately, or schedule this out. I'm going to choose schedule just to show you this is how you can do It can actually be scheduled 2 hours from now or up to 12 months from now. So you would choose the calendar, pick the date that you want it to go out, and the time. Just remember, it will be an estimate. It should go out close to that time. Click off and hit schedule. Oops, 2 hours from now. Oh, it is same day. My apologies. 15th. Why is it not saving the 15th? Apply date and time. Again, user error, guys. Sorry. I miss that little thing all the time. I'm used to clicking off fields and it saving the data. So, all right, now we have our correct date and we hit schedule. We get that green banner letting us know it was successful. Now that we're on our campaigns tab under emails, this is what the dashboard looks like. Your campaign emails are going, your email campaigns are going to be down here at the bottom. You can see if they are drafts, mailed, canceled, scheduled. Another one that you will usually see is processing. Once this gets to about that date, it will show as processing. The processing status can show almost up for 24 hours sometimes. Just know that when you're looking at your sent, opens, and clicks, they may not show fully updated until that processing status has changed to mailed. Okay. So don't be alarmed if you come in here and it says processing and you're not seeing any sense. It's okay. Give it its full time. And once it shows mailed, then these numbers should be accurate. You can also come in here and click on it on that email campaign to look at the metrics. This will show you how many were sent, delivered, opened, and so on. You can even see unsubscribed. The not sent, keep an eye on those. Sometimes it's just because that particular person's email platform bounced your email back, suspecting it as spam or something like that. But sometimes there might be some options here to actually fix an error to see why it was not sent at all. Okay. But you can come in here, see who it was sent for, and so on. Coming back to our dashboard, you have a banner that lets you know how many emails you've used. This up here gives you a preview of your stats. You can actually choose year to date, how many you've mailed, recipients, opens, and clicks. And if you ever need to come in here, like for the scheduled one, you have 3 dots over here with some more options that you can either reschedule, duplicate it, or even cancel that campaign. We're going to go ahead and cancel for today. It asked me for sure. Yes, I'm sure. And that one will now show canceled as well. Okay. And that is it, guys. That's going to be your email campaign tutorial. It's just your overview. If you have any questions at all, again, if you're watching this back on recording, you can reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. If you're watching here live with me right now, go ahead and drop those questions in the chat and I'll stay a couple of minutes after class to get them answered. Thanks for watching.